do?
Yep, we're live. Welcome
Oh,
everyone to the holiday special.
it's the makeup tutorial night. Yay! And ghosts.
It quite possibly could be.
That would be awesome.
Oh, so how was your holiday?
It was peaceful. My son was happy. He got presents he liked, and he got to see his dad's family, so that was good. Because he's
Oh,
got
that's nice.
cousins and aunts and all that on the other side of his family, so he was happy. So that was nice. And I got myself a present. And so it's called Kid Capital Kidvention. And it's for entertainers, so face painters, magicians, balloon twisters, and something else. All like the top ones go once a year to the East Coast and the West Coast. And I've been wanting to go for 7 years, but I couldn't afford. They're very pricey. But they had a 1 day deal. So now I get to go and I get to meet. So when I first started like 7, 8 years ago, I just looked up on YouTube these people that I get to meet now. And I taught myself what they were teaching. Anyway, I'm happy. I get to go. So yay.
You deserve to go.
Yeah, I'm really. It's in Virginia. It's a little bit of a drive, but and I have to go over a freaking bridge. But whatever, it's fine.
I think the bridge will hold as long as it's not in Baltimore.
No shit. Oh, God. Oh,
Too
sorry.
soon for that one.
Yeah, I forgot. I used to go over that thing all the time too. That's crazy. And the night that happened, I think two or three other bridges got destroyed in other states, Ohio, and something else. I think maybe two in Ohio, but one got blown up. It was just weird, very strange, all in the same night.
Yeah, it's almost as if something was amiss.
I believe in conspiracies. I totally think something was up. It just didn't make sense. Nothing made sense how it happened. So, and I feel bad for Ohio. Lots of really bad, strange conspiracy stuff happens in Ohio. It's crazy. Like the chemical, like train explosion, and then people that lived there, it got out that the authorities were not letting them leave. They were blocking these people in. So somebody knew something was going to happen.
Yep.
Sorry.
So, back to the holiday fun. Because, my shows hardly ever stay on topic, so I'm going to try my best for this one. But no, I'm fine with whatever gets shared.
How was our holiday?
Mine was actually really nice. I took time off from shows and I updated some stuff and I got my shows on the movie database, IMBD. So,
Wow.
yeah, so they're all listed there. I finally got them updated today, all three of them. And
Very
my page is up too.
cool. Very good. You deserve it. You really do. You have awesome shows, awesome guests, so it's nice.
Well, thank you. I try. And I also, though, took time to just relax. Got to visit with some family and got to relax and go out to eat, which normally I don't have time for because
Right.
I'm racing shows.
Right. It takes a lot of time to do shows, yeah.
But
And
yeah,
what did you eat? Where'd you go? Anywhere good?
went to Saltgrass Steakhouse with family, and that was nice because they kind of have something for everybody.
Good.
And then I went to Red Lobster and celebrated with a family friend because we were thinking, what my dad would do, and it was his favorite place. So we were like, yeah, let's pay tribute to Dad, and we the friend that we went with, and my dad and I, when we would go do his continuing education, we would hang out at Red Lobster one night after, kind of celebrate, that we're at a work function, but hanging out, get to relax, unwind. So it was a nice treat for that, and that was actually on Christmas Day.
That's good. I'm glad they were open. Usually places are closed.
Well, we went for lunch. We went around lunch when they first opened. But all things aside, though, we found out no digs on anybody, but we had a reservation and we had to wait 30 minutes because people were walking up and getting seated before the reservations. We
Oh
were like,
no,
that doesn't work.
I'd be pissed off. Oh my god.
But at least the food was good, and we had a really cool waiter, and he entertained us while we were waiting because the kitchen was backlogged from the
Um,
morning. Apparently, before we got there was really bad rush, or I
right,
feel like that's the story for we didn't have enough staff.
right, right. Exactly.
And there was like 3 or 4 waiters waiting at the bread to take rolls to everybody, and I was surprised to see now. I don't know if it was just for that day or if it's normal for them because I haven't been there in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But it was one roll per person at the table.
Ain't that some crap? Can I? I ask you every time if I can cuss. Never mind. I remember what you told me. Go for it. But don't. But do. But it's fine.
If it happens, it happens.
Uh,
But I was like, and then we were laughing because he handed it off to a waitress and says, "Here's 3 for this table. Take the 4 to that table." So what does the waitress do? She gives 4 to the table of 3 and 3 to the table of 4. So we were like, "Oh, this
I
is gonna be Hunger Games type activity for the rolls."
Do you have Golden Corrals? They have the best honey butter biscuits. Do
We
you have
had
them?
a Golden Corral, but it moved out.
They're so good, and they give you one roll, and then you gotta. It's a buffet, so you kind of have to track down the server or the drink person. But I'm determined because I'm there for the honey butter biscuits. I don't give a crap about the pasta, nothing. I want, and I'll sneak some home because you're not supposed to bring any home, but it's
Oh yeah,
whatever.
we did that too. You wrap them in a napkin.
It's yeah, whatever. It's fine. I wonder where your audience went for Christmas. Can they type that in?
Yeah,
Or do they do,
the chat room's open.
put a 3 down below if you went to Golden Corral and stole honey butter? Yay!
No, but so I actually had to say I had a really strange experience this Christmas holiday.
What?
I had never heard of the Christmas Carol. I heard the bells. I had never heard it before. And I watched the Great American Family movie all about it, and it was telling the story of how, if I remember right, it was Ralph Waldo Emerson who wrote it and was a poet, and how he lost his wife the Christmas before, and
No.
it was during the Civil War, or he recently lost his wife. I forget how much time passed, but it was during the Civil War time, and
Mm,
his son flees and joins the army, the Union,
mhm,
because he was an abolitionist. So he was like, and his Ralph Emerson was an abolitionist,
mhm.
And so he got him a position as a general's aide so he would not be in combat. Ends up scouting this area, gets wounded, and in the church where he was wounded and took refuge till they got to him was a bell on the floor. And his little girls would always say, "Is it Christmas, Papa?" And he would say, "Did you hear the bells?"
Mm-hmm.
And so he ends up seeing his son get better under his house, and he writes the Christmas Carol.
Oh.
But the strange thing about it was about 2 weeks before, because I listened to the Christmas music on XM radio.
Me too. Yeah.
It was on long before Christmas, but a week or two before this movie, it was on the radio a lot. Almost every time I turned the car on or if I was driving, I would hear the song and I'd be like, this is a really dark Christmas Carol, actually. What in the world?
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw the movie and I heard it a few more times after that. And I was like, after I saw the movie, I was like, oh, wait, this Christmas Carol has a whole new origin and a whole new understanding. So,
A
but
lot
yeah,
of a lot of songs and stories that we grew up that we're told, growing up, even nursery rhymes have really dark origins. I didn't
oh,
know
yeah.
about, you know, because
Ring
we're just
Around the
singing it like
Rosie.
it's happy. We don't pay attention.
Yeah, Ring Around the Is it Ring Around the Roses?
Rosie, pocket full of posies. Well, it's about death and the body smelled, so they put flowers in the pockets or something like that.
Actually, it's not actually about death. It's actually worse than that.
Oh crap! What is it?
It was written with the bubonic plague. It's about the plague,
Oh
the
my!
Black Death.
And the ring. Did people get some type of?
Ring Around the Rosie, we all fall down was everybody was falling dead.
Oh, well, that's fun.
And what do you put on a grave? You put
Flower.
roses.
You know, when I was little, I was. Chi Chi's making a comeback. When I was little, I would go and visit with my parents, our neighbor, Grandma Cheyenne. She's the first spirit that spoke to me when I was around 5. And you know the story where she said, I'm over here.
Yeah.
And I walked to her grave because we didn't know where it was yet. Anyway, when I would go visit her, I was little, I would see pretty flowers because I love flowers. And I'd take them off the other graves and I'd say thank you, and then I'd give it to Grandma Cheyenne. And now I'm thinking, oh my God, I must have pissed off so many ghosts that way. But they were pretty. So. Sorry if you're still
You
mad.
are
I apologize.
too funny. But I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to say, and I'm going to try and do this without getting emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Part of this episode is reviewing and looking back at season 2 because it's at an end. And I have to admit, going through and looking back at how I started season 2 and how I ended season 2, I was amazed and at awe at what was aired. And all the guests that I had, and I actually took and created a video montage for the year in review, and I was so moved and so amazed at what was accomplished in season 2 that I actually added little quirps of, is that even a word? Well, it is now.
Right. Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
tidbits, let's put it that way, of things to know. But before I do that, I want to take a moment and let me see if I can share my screen to acknowledge some photos that I want to share because I posted them, but they are something I feel like I was surprised to see because I had no idea that this was being done on the shows through Spotify. And
Hmm.
so I want to take a moment and just share some of what was seen and little accolades that I didn't even know about for the shows that I was a part of. And so let me see if I can make this happen because I am not very tech savvy. So you'll have to have some patience.
You're cool. I'm not either. I always get Bob to do it.
Let's see if I can make this happen. Let's see if I've learned anything in season 2. Here we go. Here is it sharing?
No.
There we go.
Yep.
So I was alerted to the fact that Paranormal Versus top country to be aired in was the United Kingdom.
That's awesome.
And the thing that's funny about that though is because two of the hosts are in the United Kingdom.
Cool.
So it was like really cool and to see that they say we had 100% follower growth
That's great.
was amazing and that there was, that was the number one country for that episode for the series. That
Hmm.
was pretty cool. And let me see if I can. My computer's not cooperating, of course. Another thing that it did, now I can finagle this. I may need to hire some help. I don't know with what budget, but hey. They decided what to declare the type of shows it was. And so Paranormal Versus was creator personality, the nonconformist.
Interesting.
And I was looking at the shows and I was like, all of our shows are very unique. And so, yeah, we don't conform on that show. So that was actually really fitting and kind of funny. And I like that we get a sparkly little diamond.
It's cool. I like it. I
It's
didn't even know
the
they did this. This is amazing.
they call it Wrapped. It's Spotify Wrapped. So if you have a Spotify channel that you air your stuff to,
I don't
it's a
know.
new thing called Wrapped, and it shows a video. And I tried to download the video so I could share the video,
Hmm.
but they don't allow that,
Oh.
of course. But now coming to so on Spotify, the energy that surrounds us and riding through the unknown are on the same channel. So the wrapped information for that show was for both shows. So I'm just gonna share here for a second some of the accolades that that show got, and I was quite surprised. So I did not know I was in 10 countries,
Oh my God.
and
That's
I
cool.
and I love that the United States is my top country. But
What what countries are you in? Did
I'm
they
not
tell you?
sure. That's just it. They don't say this. It just says my listeners are from 10 countries.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
I want to know where now.
And I'm like, and I like the background that they use because I'm like, I can't even really figure out. I think that's the Atlantic Ocean.
Uh huh.
But yeah, so I have not only am I in 10 countries, but I had to take a self picture because they would not put this up on a slide. But I was shocked to see this, so I wanted to make sure it was seen. So I'm going to share this accolade, even though they didn't want it shared. My show is in the top 25% of video podcasts on
Holy
Spotify.
crap! Wow.
I was like, I saw that. I was like, I gotta be reading something wrong. I was like,
Everybody loves you. I'm telling you. It that's amazing. I'm so glad that they did this. Really, because you needed to hear this. You needed to know. Because I don't
yeah,
think you always realize that. It's
yeah.
nice.
Hey, Amber Rose.
I wish your people that listen in would write what country they're from, because I'm interested to know where exactly.
Well,
I
and you're gonna love this. Remember how Paranormal Versus they called us the nonconformist?
mm,
Well, wait till you see what they called my show and me.
mhm.
What do you think it'll be?
Oh Lord. I don't know. I can't think of it. What? What is it?
I got the personality of the storyteller.
That's awesome. Ooh.
Yeah, I kind of wish the diamond was as sparkly as the nonconformist, but or is that more supposed to be a ruby?
I think it's a ruby, which is cool.
Yeah,
Shit. That's really. I'm very happy for you. Speaking of this, that gave me an idea. Do you ever think about going on? I know you have a TikTok, but
I
you
do.
right. But did you ever think about on your TikTok having maybe a little section of people writing you their spooky experiences, whatever that may have been, and you reading it to people? Because I love listening. When I'm getting ready or if I'm driving, I listen to that kind of stuff. I
I
think
have
you
a
have
friend
a
that
very
does that.
nice voice, huh?
I have a friend that does that.
It's
She'll read poetry and everything, and she puts a spooky voice to it.
well, so many people have experiences that they don't want to tell, but they want told. So I think and you have
Yeah,
a lot of people listening to you, so that'd be cool. Anyway,
no, but let me see if I have still, or did I close it? Nope. Here we go. The moment at last, the montage. Let me see. Where do I have that screen? Do I start it now? That's always the fun part. Why, oh, why won't it start? Oh, I think I had. Hold on. I think I had to start it before I share it. So, y'all seen the first part. There we go. Now it's starting. And so let me try and share it real quick. And this will be on replay throughout the show. So I'm just going to let it run.
Look at all this peat. Wow. Look at all the guests. Oh my God, you had amazing guests. Wow. What? Oh my God.
So here comes the little quips that I was talking about.
That was cool. That was nice. You have amazing. And some of these guests refuse. They say no to me, but you have a magical touch. I'm telling you.
Well, so the funny thing about it was when I originally made this, I sent it to my cousin that does my intros,
Mhm.
and I sent it to him by mistake as a video file. So he goes, I added the audio for you, but I couldn't make any of the tweaks. And he had told me when I approached him about doing the video, he goes, all those little quip messages that you saw, those, he goes, I can't write those. Only
Mhm.
you can write that. So you have to take and update that. And, that's you. You have to say it.
Mhm.
And so I was like, yeah, I I know. And so he went in and he created and tweaked it, and so that was the original version that I did that he put music to. He actually got it to do the same thing half the time and added the music. And in the
Nice.
first, in mine, it was so long that the music kind of ran its course and then started up again. And I was like, oh, made this way too long. But I'm uploading it right now to put it through the StreamYard
Okay.
so that we can pause and reflect on some of the moments. It's processing right now. But yeah, I had I have a little bit of fun when it comes to like creating those little tiles of what can you say about each month. And I made the background of each month the same so you would know what tile went with what. shows, and some months were busier than others. And I actually included Paranormal Verses in this one because I feel like it doesn't always get as much recognition as it
Mhm.
should. But what actually, we're going to sidetrack while we wait for this. What was your favorite memory of season 2?
Oh Lord. Wait, with the ones I was on or in general?
Both.
Okay. Well, I love this guy, but I can't remember his name ever. And I even asked you if I could be on a co-host when he comes on. He talks about aliens.
I know who you're talking about. I just enjoyed this. I'm like, I could say it, but
Okay.
watching you
Anyway,
try to dig it out is so fun.
well, that dude. I don't. When I saw he was on your show, I was like, holy crap! Wow. I mean, I've loved this guy for years. Not
He
that way,
was
but
on
anyway.
twice.
Huh?
He was on twice.
Shut the front door. Are you serious? Oh my
Yep.
God. Please call me again if he's coming on again. Please. I won't be weirdo. That's not okay. I'm lying. I will be, but I'll be polite and respectful and I'll ask good questions.
The
Possibly a few.
name you're seeking
Is this
is
Steve?
Alex Collier.
Close. Damn. Yes. I thought that was so cool. I really did. No, but I always love, I mean, you always make me feel comfortable, welcome. I feel like I've known you forever. And I think you make, if not everybody, most people feel that way. You know, you're very respectful and comforting. You've been through strange and interesting things like all of your guests have in some way. So it's nice. Some shows you don't feel welcome, you feel rushed, you just you know what I mean? But you always feel like you're somebody's best friend. And that's what's
Right.
important, I feel, anyway. It's nice.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. And I do strive to make every guest as equally comfortable as I can. I think because I do conversation
Mm,
instead of regular like question Q&A
right,
platform, it puts people more at ease than I think they realize it will.
right. Oh yeah. And if I get nervous, you'll pick up for me. You'll just start saying something, which is always nice, you know.
I do what I can. But just out of curiosity, is there any guests that you saw? I know it went pretty quick, but any guests that you remember from season 2 that you were like, "Oh man, I wish he'd have that person on again." Besides Alex Collier,
Yeah. Oh my god, I suck with names. And he even came on my show. That's horrible. He goes to Egypt a lot.
Mike Ricksecker.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm hoping he'll come on again. I'm maybe reaching out to him shortly.
Every guest I saw, I was just like, oh my god, wow. I mean, they're all very important in whatever field that they're in. They're the important people that people either look up to or love listening and learning to. So that's what's interesting to me, you know.
Yeah, and
What about you? I know you have to say you love everybody, but who would you like on besides me? Who would you like on again?
oh, I created a list
Oh,
of 45, I think, guests from season 1 and 2 that I'm like, I'd love to have back on.
is that
Um,
everybody pretty much?
pretty much. There's a few names left off just because I don't. It's like I'm not sure they're available anymore, or sadly may have passed away. So,
Oh, okay.
but let's. Okay, I'm unmuting that. LaLa, you gotta unmute yourself so we can talk.
All right.
But people allow me to pause.
How about these people I didn't even know? So this would be fun to watch.
Wow, it won't even let me pause. Man, that's not fair. Be able to pause.
Hi, you can go on my shirt. Question 3 after this one. About your guess.
Do you guess that just because of the topic that was covered, I still want to have back on like our conversation about astral travel with Kel and Matthew? I'm so looking forward to with that. I'm not even sure what's coming on with the B system. But yeah, I had. Let me see if I can pull up the individual images. Maybe that'll be an easier way to show what I'm trying to show. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish out. I forget it's like the intro when I do it this way.
What'd you say?
I said I forget that it runs like the intro when I run it through StreamYard. There is no pause.
Mm-hmm. I got a question about your guest. Two, but I'll start with the first one. What were some of the creepiest or craziest experiences that they shared? Whoever it might be, what was just the craziest experience they had?
Oh, that's a hard one because honestly, I'd have to think.
Because I saw one priest. I think he's a demonologist as well. I also don't know his name, but
Kenneth Torres?
Yes.
So Kenneth Torres is with the Warren Legacy Foundation, and he is the chief exorcist, I believe, of his order. And so, yeah, he's a really nice individual and really fun to talk with and very laid back. So you would enjoy having him on your show. I would say, yeah, if you get a chance, definitely bring him on your show because he is very knowledgeable, very friendly,
Hmm.
and I think you would really have some fun talking with him because he gets serious, but then he also has some fun with it.
Yeah, and I love that topic now anyway. I think it's very interesting. The demonology and exorcisms, attachments.
Yeah. So let me see where's. So here's one of the placards that I put up, and I was surprised to see 64 episodes of the energy that surrounds us, 46 riding through the unknown,
Mm.
and 11 paranormal verses just because there was the wedding and dealing with family stuff and illnesses. So, that's why that one was shorter. I mean, stuff you can't help. It is
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
But this next image is the one that I was really surprised in when I talked about having the quips. This was the one that was new to me and I was surprised by, and that was I looked, and of the 65 episodes, I had 58 new guests this season
Wow.
on the energy that surrounds us.
Wow.
35 new guests on Riding Through the Unknown. And of the 11 episodes, 9 on Paranormal Versus were first timers.
Very cool.
So
Wow.
I was like, that was really cool to see all the new faces and how it was a majority of the season was all new people, basically,
That's
with a
neat.
few that were repeats. And the placard that I made for Michelle Freed is she helps me with finding guests. So I wanted to make sure and acknowledge her and what she does for the show.
No.
And Tyler, my cousin, who he helps me out as well. So
Thanks, Tyler, the cousin.
he likes to say to me all the time, he's like, not, it's really hard for me to put my logos and stuff in your stuff because I'm not used to being front and center. And I was like, oh no, if you're on my show, if you're part of my show, you get, I don't sit there and take credit for something. I'm like, I will be honest where it comes from,
Good.
sing the praises of, and he appreciates that.
Good.
But all in all, too, though, I, you know, I have a couple of things that I started in season 2 that I'm hoping and working on carrying through into season 3.
Hmm.
And one thing I am announcing, and I wish she was on, but she's in the chat room, so is she still in there? Hopefully she hears this. But on the show, Riding Through the Unknown, I delve into topics that are personal for me and for a lot of people. And I know it's hard and it's not an easy thing to talk about. But she and I are kind of in the same place on the same journey. And so, with the shows helping me, I thought, what is something I can do to help her?
Mhm.
And so, I am announcing when I do episodes regarding the Secret Space program, I will be having Nova Bell as my co host.
Wow. Very cool.
It'll be my first time to ever have a co host in that series.
Mhm.
And so I'm excited about that. And can I share what you and I are working on?
Me or her? Are you talking to
You.
her? Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So LaLa brought a couple of guests who honestly I thought was a duo. And she informed me after I reached out to him that they are two individuals.
I
But
sorry.
she wants to co-host with me
Mhm.
to interview them, and so I am working on that. So you will see LaLa as co-hosting the energy that surrounds us.
Can I say who one is? Because he said yes. We
All
just
right,
have to get a date. John Carpenter, who worked under Bigelow, which is a big deal. And he does hypnotherapy still. He worked with abductees. Um, very interesting. So,
very cool. I'm excited to see that. So
mm.
you'll be seeing occasionally new guest hosts and new faces and new topics.
Can you just tell me a date, a couple dates, and I'll that you want him on your show, and then I'll ask him what's good,
All right.
and then we can coordinate color shirts again.
Yeah, I gotta admit, you cracked me up because I was like, I don't know, I just grab and pick, and then I was like, oh wait, no, I happen to have had planned this one, so I was like, yeah,
Ta-da. It's look, color therapy is very important. Okay, so
it is.
thank you. You're always so nice to me.
Well, I'd like to think I'm nice to everybody.
Not what I heard. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Joking.
Oh, I always have fun when you're on.
Thank you. Oh, can I say a recent experience really quick?
Sure.
So, okay. So my dad passed a couple years ago. His birthday was December 16th. And I said, can you send me a sign that you're still with me? And so I think that night, or it was that night, I own a face painting and balloon twisting business as a second business. And I was making a new balloon twist. Oh, see, everybody loves you.
So
Um,
Amber Rose is Nova Bell.
oh, shit. Hello. Hi.
That's her YouTube channel.
Okay,
Hopefully, I
cool.
didn't give out any trade secrets or destroy any anonymity for her.
I like your face. I think we're Facebook friends, but I like watching your stuff on Facebook. Um, so I was making a new balloon twisting design. Anyway, I took a video of it and I'm looking over the video and I see this strange little bright light next to the balloon. I thought something fell off the balloon. I looked and it's an orb. And if you do close up, it looks like a mini human. It's for real. I'll send it to you. And it zoomed around, it disappeared, reappeared, and then went around. And I knew it was my dad. I just knew it was because when he had first passed, I went to visit him at the funeral home, and I was the only one in there, and he appeared as like a small, bright as the sun orb right over his body. And then got real tiny and went into his nose. But that it was creepy, but it was also him saying that I'm energy, I'm still alive. So I thought that was a nice experience that I had recently.
Yeah, that's a really cool experience.
Thank you.
But yeah, when I have Alex on again, I'll see if that's on Wednesday nights. So you don't have shows on Wednesday nights, right?
We do, but it's at 7. It's 2 hours before you have one, and our shows are only an hour. So
Wait, if yours is at oh wait, yeah, it is 2 hours because you're in Eastern time.
yeah, this is
I
9
was like,
p.m.
wait,
Yeah,
7 and 8 is 1 hour. Last time I checked.
I'll just tell my guests like, look, something really important's going on. You got to go.
Or we may find a night, maybe that you don't have an episode and he
Yeah,
happens to
sometimes
be
I don't.
available.
I'll make it because Bob never makes a show longer than an hour, honestly, because the seats are uncomfortable. So he earns it along. So I can be there. I'll definitely be there. I just find him very
No,
interesting. I do. I found out about him on YouTube by accident, and I believed what he was saying.
well, I'll pass that on to him because, as he likes to point out in the shows, we are family friends. So I'll
Oh,
call him up and let him know you said so.
okay, cool. And I'm not a stalking weirdo, by the way.
No, that's only for my benefit.
Let's
No,
see.
I laugh and I kid because what I love about Lala is I could be in the strangest of moods and either on Facebook or text or somehow she'll pop up and be like, "Hey, sorry I haven't talked to you in a while. What's going on?" And I'm like, "How do you happen to know the very moment?"
I get little like for some. I don't talk to anybody. I'm very much I don't know, loner. I don't know. I talk to my puppy dog and my son. That's pretty much it, honestly. But every once in a while, and I care about you very much, but I just don't talk to people anyway. Your face will pop into my thoughts, and it'll keep happening. And I'm like, all right, well, let me message him and see what's up. So, but that's good. I don't people only people I'm connected to or close with in some manner pop up in my mind. So, because people I care about, it's interesting, and a lot of
Mhm.
times they'll need to talk to someone or something's going on where they're sad. So it's just like my little radar goes off, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I also like the moments when you reach on, you're like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Nothing much, just chilling out." You're like, "So nothing's wrong?" I'm like, "Nope." That's almost like I want to go, "Should there be?" But yeah. So I must be the only one that you get when I'm either in a good mood or a bad mood. It's a 50-50 for you.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, very true. Well, a lot of times they're like, "Oh my God, I just slammed my finger in the door. How'd you know?" Or something. I don't know, something like that. So, but yeah,
No, I appreciate you checking in and reaching out and the chit chats that we have on the side.
me too. Oh my God. Yeah, absolutely. Me too. It.
And
I'm glad you're my friend. Very much.
yeah, and I try not to get too personal, but I know about your son, so I'll ask. And so I've always wondered sometimes, going, is it okay to ask? Some people
Yeah,
get really protective
I
of their
am.
little ones, and so it's like, yeah,
Yeah, no, you're wonderful. You're safe. You're sweetheart. So it's okay. I wish he'd say hi. You want to say hi? Fix the doorknob. You did? Thank you. He fixed the doorknob. He's got a whole bunch of tools for Christmas. There's my
hey,
baby.
can he come and fix ours?
Yeah, look, you've got new clients for fixing stuff now. Thank you for coming on. Love you. I'm surprised he went on. Very cool. But yeah, no, you can ask anything you want about whoever you want, always. So yeah. But other people,
Oh,
I'm like, why the fuck are you asking about my state? I'm sorry.
yeah. It's gonna be like she's gonna get. If we're gonna go off air, she's gonna be like, "Why did he put me on the spot with that question? Of course I had to say this."
Oh no, I would let you know. You could see on my
Oh
face,
no,
like
I know.
I cannot hide anything with my face at all. Not at all. The part Latina in me comes out real quick. The mama bear.
No, and
Oh, oh, can I say? I found out something really cool paranormal wise. Can I share real quick?
sure.
Okay. So I had a guest on. Don't remember their name, but they were awesome. But that's besides the point. I can't. Whatever. Anyway,
Spoken like a true podcast host.
so Larry, Larry Essler the third. Okay, he was really cool, and it was recent. And he has a psychic medium friend who would get really drained or not feel good after doing a reading. And she went to the doctor. Her doctor, she's blessed with a doctor who does believe in all this stuff, okay, which is rare. And so he did a test. He tested her blood and all this and that and found out that when she does readings, her potassium levels are drained. And I said, well, I actually suffer from them too, where I have to take a supplement because my potassium is so drained and I feel like crap after readings most of the time. And I thought to myself, I wonder if other psychic mediums or just psychics that don't feel good, if they would go and get tested for their potassium, and then that there's a link of something draining our potassium while we're doing a reading. I've never heard of that before. It's interesting.
I haven't either, and I'm gonna look up what potassium is good for.
It can look. It can be deadly if it's too low or too high. You know. I just thought it was because I was a physical medium also that I didn't feel good, but
Oh, that's interesting. Potassium is an electrolyte mineral.
there's one.
So, electrolytes, that's what keeps the body functioning.
Mm-hmm.
So, they say the three main functions is so the potassium is it allows the nerves to respond to stimulation and the muscles to tighten, and it's also reduces the effect of sodium on blood pressure. Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And moves nutrients into cells and waste products out of cells. So that explains that effect for a lot of people when they have too much potassium.
Dude, it can be very, very dangerous. Absolutely. Yeah. That's interesting, though. So something is affecting our physical body, something spiritual or energetic is affecting our physical body. And I just found that to be really interesting.
Yeah, and I just looked at this tab that says what is potassium most commonly used for, and it says the greatest demand for potassium compounds is in fertilizers. Many other potassium salts are of great importance, including the nitrate, carbonate, chloride, bromide, cyanide, and sulfate. The potassium carbonate is used to manufacture glass. Potassium hydroxide is used to make detergent and liquid soap.
Hmm,
So that's what you're taking when you take potassium.
wonderful. That's great.
Your
Oh,
kidneys is what potassium regulates.
ah. Oh, I didn't know that actually.
It says if you have low blood potassium for a while, it may affect your kidneys. You may have to go to the bathroom more often, and you may also feel thirsty.
Oh, wow. Oh my God.
You know how they say eating one banana a day is all you need?
Yeah. Well, you need for 20.
It says here somebody asked the question, is one banana a day enough potassium? And it goes, bananas do not have a lot of potassium compared to many other foods, but eating one banana a day won't meet your needs alone. A medium banana has 420 milligrams, so you would have to have more than 11 bananas a day
Jeez.
to meet the 4,700 milligrams that you should have.
You could just make banana bread and eat the whole thing, I guess, technically. That's stupid.
But
Now I want banana
here's
bread.
the interesting thing. It says orange juice, prune juice, tomato juice, carrot juice, milk, tea, and coffee are the highest drinks containing potassium levels.
What? Really?
Yeah. The orange juice, prune juice, tomato juice, carrot juice, I get. Milk, tea, and coffee. I'm shocked by coffee.
I
Milk
am.
and tea, I kind of get.
Yeah. Did you know we're the only species that drinks some other species milk? Just in case you did. You
That's funny.
you might have want look. You might have wanted to know that one day. Who knows?
No, it's funny because there's a lot of things that humans as a species do that nobody else does.
We're definitely special. We're definitely special. Yeah.
So, do you like peanut butter?
Yeah, I do.
So, legumes, nuts, and peanut butter are rich sources of potassium. Meat, fish, poultry, and eggs are moderate to high sources.
Hmm.
These foods are good sources of high quality protein, which your body needs.
Just my question is what is making this happen? Is it an entity doing it, or is it maybe something scientific when you mix that spiritual energetic with the physical energetic? Is that why it's doing? That's what I thought was interesting. January. Hi, Peter. I like the name Peter. I have a friend named
Peter
Peter.
Egan. So, to answer your question real quick, my personal opinion is because it affects the electrolytes, that makes sense that our bodies, that once one of the energies gets tapped is our electric and
That's true.
or I think if memory serves right, and I might get this backwards, women are electric, men are electromagnetic.
Hmm.
So that's why what drains women more may not drain men as much is because we have a different type of electric field.
Okay. Interesting. I'll look that up. That's interesting.
Or it could be the other way around. What do you think will happen on January 20th? I
What's
think they're
January
going to
20th?
inauguration day.
Oh, what do you? I
Yeah.
don't know. What do you think?
My personal feeling is we're all going to get up. New president's going to get inaugurated. And after the inauguration, I cannot guarantee anything. But I don't feel anything's going to happen till after the swearing in. That's my personal opinion.
What do you think, Peter? What do you think's going to happen? Or was that? Did you have something more specific that you meant? I think everything will be fine because people, and I don't mean this in a mean way. I'm not political. I don't like getting into all that stuff. I think it's already bought and paid for to begin with, so our vote doesn't really mean too much. I think in a small community, votes matter. I think on in this, I don't think they really care what we think. Anyway, I could be wrong, but I think we are very much numbed down from the stuff. And I sound like a hippie, but the stuff they put in our water, in our air, in our food, I think it numbs us down so much that we don't really fight back or do much of anything. You know what I mean? I mean, there's literally UFOs and they're gaslighting us into thinking there's not. I know there's other stuff. I know there's drones and other things they're putting in the air, but you know, they trick us into not doing anything. So I don't think much of anything's going to happen different
Yeah.
on our end.
I love my mom just texted me, and I just found on the internet that it's males that are electric and women that are
Your
magnetic.
mom?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. I didn't know she watched. I shouldn't have cussed. Oh, God. Now I feel bad.
Oh, she watches everything.
Sorry about that. I'm from Baltimore. I can't help it. But that's interesting. I didn't know that at all. I got to look that up because that would be
Yeah.
something to look into about interacting with the spirits and why we feel
Yeah.
that way.
Iron Bear says so. This is why they put fluoride in the water to keep electrolytes down in the water. Yeah, and what's interesting is like without getting too personal, my body, I cannot use deodorants that have aluminum. It'll
Right.
turn everything like to a red rash looking and
Right.
is just hurts a little bit. Not too much, but it's a little uncomfortable.
Right.
So I use aluminum free deodorants,
Good.
and I was interested to find out because I don't use fluoride toothpaste.
Me either.
Fluoride is a byproduct of aluminum.
Those.
It's not even a real element. It's created as a byproduct.
Dude, just my opinion. But I'm in my 40s now. What I've learned is that if they're caring about us and putting certain things in whatever we might ingest or put on our bodies or whatever, it's not because they actually care. Because my opinion, but when we had COVID and they said they would give a monthly money to people so they survive, what do they give? $1,000 every 6 months? Now damn well they don't care, in my opinion. And so I don't think they would care about our health or put,
You
I
know how
just,
much I got?
I didn't even get the damn money, but
I
right.
didn't either.
But I think they put certain things in to make more money in the medical field, the pharmaceutical field. I mean, I lost my boyfriend who got leukemia. I mean, I was with him for 15 years, and the only thing that was going to help was a pill that he took once a month for the rest of his life. But it was over $1,000 a month. Like, you know what I mean? Something
Well,
doesn't sit right with me about this stuff, and it might just be me. That's fine.
oh no, I can do you one better actually. Not that this is all a competition, but
I know.
my brother-in-law's new wife, she has a condition where the only thing that was helping her was HCQ. And when the lockdown started and COVID started, they made it illegal to have HCQ. So she spent 4 years trying to find medicine that would do what HCQ did
Hmm.
because it was deemed all of a suddenly unhealthy, even though it's been used for years
Right.
and decades. And
Right.
so I can't help but think the pharmaceuticals were in league with you know who to create a epidemic that never really should have happened.
Absolutely. I have a friend. I I won't say too much, but I have a friend who warned me about all this a couple months before it even happened. And I mean, before COVID hit anything. Okay. Um,
Well, while you're
so
looking that up, my mom sent me to say, "Hi, Lala, love your smile."
no, thank you very much. Thank you. And hi, how are you? Um, So yeah, I always
Iron
felt
Bears,
it was made.
yeah,
Hopefully, feel a shift in time.
it was a fake demic. That's what I like
Yeah,
to call it.
dude. Yeah, first a bat and did it, and then then they said animals can't get it. I'm like, what do you make up your damn mind? I mean, for real. Although I did get it, I never got the shot, but I did get COVID twice. But I mean, all I felt was extreme pain in my upper body, like bad pain, and I got a steroid shot, and then I was fine. Um, and I never got a since, and I thank God I didn't get any lasting effects. But I've never
Well,
been one to say no about shots. I've always, my son's up to date, but something made me say no with this, and every nurse and doctor would yell at me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I just can't. So, but
no,
Bob gets a shot. He still gets the updates, and he's alive and kicking. So there you go. He's fine.
well, the thing that I found interesting that a lot of people totally were oblivious to was during 2020, 2021, there was no illnesses in the US other than COVID. There was no cancer,
Right.
there
No,
was
and no
no
flu.
flus, there was no colds. It's
Right.
like everything
Yeah.
was COVID.
And my doctor I had at the time, she was a very stern woman, and she would get so mad when I wouldn't get the flu. I stopped getting the flu shot because every time I got, first of all, well, whatever. Every time I would get the shot, my half of my body would swell up where I got the shot, like the whole half of my body. And I'd go and say, I think this is from the shot. And they would go, no, it's not. No, something else is wrong. I'm like, this happens every time. So something said, don't get any more. Anyway, I never got the flu again. But she would always yell at me to get the flu shot. And after COVID came, and I said, do you want me to get the flu shot? Because I was waiting to get yelled at. She goes, nah, don't worry about it. And I was like, something's up. Something's wrong if she's not yelling at me. So anyway,
Well, my funny experience with vaccines, because growing up you had to have them to attend school
right,
until you were in college, so you didn't have a choice,
right.
which I always found to be rather weird. But I had a spot on my back where it's right up, it's the low back, where the low back and the hip area is,
Yeah.
right at that intersection. In the center was a spot on my back that was always red, and it itched like crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and it would always get more irritated right after I got the vaccine to go to school.
Mm,
And years after that, my last vaccine shot, because I only did them to go to school, never did any others.
right.
I was on a table and I was at a Young Living Essential Oils seminar,
Mm-hmm.
and they were talking about raindrop therapy.
Ooh, yeah.
And this lady walks up to me because everybody left the table when I got on it. You
Oh,
know, I was like, apparently, the red spot on my back was a little intimidating, maybe.
okay.
But all funniness aside, she walks up to me. She looks at my back and she goes, "You know what this spot on your back is, don't you?" And I said, "No." She goes,
Mm-hmm.
"It's every vaccine you've ever had trying to get out of your body." And
I
she's like,
believe
"Would
it.
you like to get rid of it?" I was like, "Yes." And
Mm-hmm.
so she started doing the raindrop therapy. And I got to tell you, when they say like an oil's going to burn, she put on, I think it was oregano. She goes, "This is going to burn a little." And I'm like, I got a high pain tolerance. I'm like, no sweat. I probably won't even notice. So go for it.
Mm-hmm.
She put like 2 or 3 drops on, and I was like, oh my god, I felt like my skin was burning apart.
Yeah,
It-
I believe it. Yeah.
but after that therapy session, never had another itch in that spot, and the redness went down. And I was like, so apparently it's all out of my system now. So
Good. Yeah. I believe in all that. I've been looking into that more often. And a lot of people do say oregano um, tinctures are very helpful. I was looking into parasitic detox because supposedly most Americans do have parasites that aren't helpful, and also a heavy metal detox. I was looking into. I don't. There's so much conflicting information. Some say you have to do certain things before you do the detox because you will feel like crap, like a it's a withdrawal, you know. And if you've never been through a
Mm.
withdrawal, it's nothing fun. So, but I do want to learn about this. I just don't want to poop out worms, which everybody is telling me is going to happen. So that's for the radio audience, so they can have a detailed.
Actually, we're not on radio anymore.
Oh,
But
okay. Well, anyway, you're welcome. Just
so the video audience is loving the visual that you gave.
that's what look. If you look it up, that's what they say. Either if you do a foot soak with certain things, I don't want to say because I don't want to say the wrong thing, but they worms come out of your or parasites come out of your
Yeah.
feet, all kinds of places. And I know it's needed. I like to be in denial about a lot of things, and
Well,
this
I
is
mean, look at the foods that we are given now. Is I I find it really irritating when I go to like Aldi or all
mm,
these so-called health stores that are supposed to be non-genetic modified foods,
mm,
and you're like been eating the donuts, been eating the breads, been eating the chips, been eating everything. And then all of a sudden you go to the store one day and you pick it up and now it says made with bioengineered ingredients.
most of
And
our
so
food.
it's like you're selling genetically modified foods now. So it's like you like almost three-quarters of the food that you grew up eating and enjoying and was like, this is
Right,
great that this place sells this in a way I can eat it,
right.
no longer can eat it.
Right. Oh yeah, and I would spend extra money on the organic section of my grocery store, but then I learned they all get contaminated in some way. So I like to go to local farms that sell what they grow. I think that's probably the best place to go. As long as you can look into the farm because they might use stuff, but a lot of local farms I think are good. Get your eggs at local farmers places. What's it called? Farmers markets. Yeah,
Yeah, farmers markets or farm to table.
yeah. And it's a nice experience anyway.
Yeah.
Nice to go. So and
The only
you're
problem with the
cool.
farms, and it's like when people made the comment, it's like it's makes total sense and everything is, and I feel bad for the farmers because they go through all of these extra measures to be certified organic, certified a certain deal, but the farm that's upstream from them doesn't.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
all of that runs off into their farm.
Oh, yeah.
And so even though they went through all these measures, that's why
That's
it's
true.
like I stopped buying organic because I realized there's no real true organics anymore because you could have farmer Jill out in the middle of this field
Mhm.
did everything to have pure organic food. It's got alternative power sources, all everything.
Right.
But every farm surrounding her doesn't. And you
Right.
think the water is going to go, oh, sorry, Jill, you're the pure person, so we're gonna run downstream and around your property instead of through it. And so they were like, yeah, there's no way to make a pure organic.
I didn't even think of that, honestly. I really did. And there's been lots of farms that were sued because they didn't use what the GOB wanted them to use. I mean, or they would. Some farms got planes would fly over them and spray their crops with stuff. Oh my God! And if they would
Oh
fight
yeah.
back, it'd be a lawsuit. And one thing, real quick, I want to say, I think it's important where you get your meats. If you do eat meat, it's important to try to find a place that's at least a little decent. I know it's not very nice what they do, but energetically wise. Also, my dad was a federal food inspector, so you want to make sure you get good places to get. Don't always go to the grocery store for your meat. Anyway, energetically wise, you want an animal that was treated well before things happen because that energy goes into your body too. I know that sounds dumb, but if you think about it, like people that get heart transplants, all of a sudden they like a certain music, they have memories that aren't theirs. I mean, this is all an energetic transfer. So my
Right.
dad taught me that about the food, but it's true. I think it's true. Anyway.
Yeah, and a little tidbit is if you get bison meat,
Hmm.
it's very lean, like almost no fat on it.
Hmm.
But the thing that it's actually the purest meat on the planet, we found out because they showed if a bison was to eat any of the chemicals, fertilizers, or any of the stuff that they're putting out there to modify anything, the bison dies.
What?
It can't digest anything but pure.
Oh my God.
So
Wow.
bison meat is totally chemical free because yeah, the bisons cannot tolerate
I didn't know that.
artificial. I didn't know it either, and then I went to a butcher place and they had a buffalo burger and I was like, "Man, this is really good." And started
I didn't
eating that more and it was like, "Wow." And I will admit the steaks are hard to cook because there is no fat
Oh, okay.
and it's hard to grill them without overcooking them because they cook so much faster. Even the butcher will tell you that this steak will take half the time of a normal steak, so don't cook it the same.
I would forget and cook it the same. So. Wow.
But
Oh, you know what? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was gonna say, but yeah, so if you want to meet, then you want to be one of those people that's the purest and not eating the chemical meat or the I don't even know how they got around calling it this, the protein plant protein meat because that's
Oh
not
yeah,
even meat or real protein.
that stuff smells like crap. It really. Now I've had a friend that made me a plant burger, but it was out of chickpeas. I mean, she made it herself from scratch. It was the best ever. But then I smelled some stuff from the grocery store. It didn't smell good at all. I don't even know how. I didn't try it, but I, yeah, be careful of
There
that.
was a brand called Veggie Burgers, and I don't remember who made it, but they were like you would eat the same thickness as a burger. It cooked the same way, had the same flavor,
Mhm.
and those were good. But now you can't find them because everything's modified. And
And by the way, if you go to fast food to get a veggie burger, they're cooking it with the real meat. So, like, it defeats the purpose.
well, and not to go too far, but I laugh when people go, if you knew it was in a hot dog, you would never eat it again.
I know.
If you knew what was in McDonald's food,
Oh my God.
you would
It's not.
probably be going on a binge to purge.
That stuff's yeah, it's like pink foamy.
Oh
There's
no,
some.
there's an ingredient in there. that they are trying to hide and are getting lawsuits over because it's that one ingredient is designed to, let me just say,
Put furniture together,
no, to
like
say if
glue.
you think the Walking Dead show was fake, that food will make that a reality. That ingredient.
No. I love when they say at stores or restaurants or fast food, it's made with real chicken.
Yeah.
Well, no shit. Thanks so much. Am I paying extra because it's real? I mean, what's going on? I mean, really. That reminds me, by the way, ADHD. Hold on. Are you serious?
Yes. That's the
Oh,
ingredient I'm talking about.
okay, okay. Any, no.
I,
Okay.
I
Anyway,
yeah,
did you
I
know?
stopped eating it right away.
Whew, if you are ever in a bug out situation, I love that topic of bug out stuff, survival, and you have a McDonald's French fry, that can be your candle for the next 5 nights. Okay,
Oh yeah.
it's crazy. It'll last forever, and it slowly burns. So, if you ever need to learn how to live when crap hits the fan, I'm here. I have a closet with those packets of water that last 5 years and like the powder food, all kinds of stuff. I'm ready. What's E Chrome?
Hey Chrome, it's a. I'll tell you in private chat.
Oh Lord. Okay. Oh, you're writing it now.
Yeah.
What's that one? Morgellons disease. Morgellons disease, where it's like it's a gang stalkers get it, and it's this weird metallic hair that grows out of their body, and they don't know why. Have you ever heard of that? Morgellons?
Yeah.
Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Dear God, I can't put sentences together to save my life. But I mean well, honestly. Is it that long? Oh my God, what is it? Don't tell me horse. I don't. Are you fucking serious? Oh, I've
Yeah.
read about that. Oh yeah, and supposedly all yeah. Who said that in the chat? Yes, I do know what that is. And supposedly it's not as they can't get it as much now, and that's why a lot of the celebrities are looking so bad. They aren't looking
Yeah.
as young anymore. Right. That's disgusting, and I believe it. I really believe it. All the tunnels underneath the ground, all the kids missing. I'm glad Diddy's been arrested, but I think that's just a distraction on. That's not even the tip of the iceberg, honestly. You know.
Yeah. And I'm going to shamelessly say in this moment to start wrapping this up of if you're enjoying this conversation,
God
stay
bless you.
tuned to season 3 because this will probably come up quite a bit.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me ramble. By the way.
Oh, I enjoy the conversation. I don't think of it as a ramble.
Thank you.
You should see me when I'm on episodes by myself. That's a ramble.
I think I only talk like this to you. Honestly, I'm so shy, or I'm so scared of messing up. Even on my show, I'm like, hey, hey, I shouldn't say that, but they can see it. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
When
I'm
I
like,
have
oh,
nobody in the
normal.
chat room and it's just me,
Yeah.
I hear myself repeating the same thing at least 3 or 4 times, trying to get at least half an hour, and then trying to figure out what am I going to do for the rest of the
Show and tell,
half hour.
everybody.
So yeah, I'm so grateful when my fans come into the chat room when it's just me. So I have
No.
questions and stuff to respond to, and yeah, like I said in the video, I appreciate y'all so much.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I think I can safely say this for LaLa and I because we're both hosts of our own shows. We honestly, truly could not do what we do without you all. You all really are the heart and soul of what we do because LaLa and I can just sit here and chat back and forth all day long, but it's your guys' input and your guys' uh, listening that makes it worthwhile.
True.
So, thank you all.
No, that was nice. That's why people love you. You're very genuine and very sweet and very kind. So that goes a long way because many
Yeah,
people are not that way, you know, or they pretend to be. So
yeah, and I don't know if there's any in the audience, but with New Year's coming up, I'm going to take a moment and just say thank you to our servicemen, those who have served, currently serving, and are going to serve.
mhm.
Thank you for your service and your sacrifice. It is truly appreciated in my eyes, and I'm going to stop there because I can already feel the emotions welling up.
No, that's
Is there
important.
anything you'd like to share, LaLa?
Um, thank you for letting me on. I love coming on, and thank you everybody for putting up with me. It always makes me feel good if somebody listens to me for once. I'm kidding. No, I'm being honest. Anyway, so no, this is nice. I look forward to co-hosting more shows and you coming on my show, and it's very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, so why don't you take the opportunity to do as guest host, shamelessly plug.
Okay. Oh, if you okay, so I am an experiencer, abductee, and a psychic medium. If you would like a reading, if you think you're abducted, I can help with that. That's like validation for you. If you lost somebody you'd like to connect to, I can connect. If you need guidance, I can help you. I have a website. It's lalabrightllc.com. I'm also on Facebook, LaLa Bright. I'm on X. I don't really go much, but I'm LaLa Bright 59 on there. If you just need to talk, you can message me and talk. So, and I have a show. I forgot
No,
everything.
no, I'm laughing because when you said talk, you sounded like the Saturday Night Live skit "Coffee Talk."
You want to talk? My mom was a New Yorker, so coffee. Um, every Tuesday. Thank you. Yeah. Tuesday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Bob McGuire and I have a show. He is a retired CIA agent that is now into UFO stuff and has experiences. And we have guests on. A lot of really interesting. I'm surprised they said yes, honestly. A lot of really interesting guests coming on soon. So, yeah, check it out. Orbis Paranormal on YouTube. Thank you.
I think I spelled it right. Waiting
Oh,
for it to come in.
RBIS. My phone never wants to spell it out ever.
Is that
Thank.
right?
Yep, that's right. Oh, Grant Cameron's coming on soon to talk about the telepathy tapes. So that should be end of February, beginning of March. I'm trying to
Yeah.
get John Alexander. He said he might come on. So I'm surprised he said he might. So that's a plus. Lots of
Yeah.
really interesting people.
Do you know Robert Khalil? He does Typical Skeptic podcast.
Yes, yes. I was on one time. Yeah.
So what was kind of funny is I've been on his show, he's been on mine,
Mm.
season one, and one of the images that I didn't put up that Spotify gave me
Mm-hmm.
was the number one show that my listeners also listened to was Joe Rogan. Number two was Typical Podcast.
Shut up! Really? Wow, good
So
for him.
I was like, oh, my fans like Robert's show. So that is really cool that we
That's really cool.
have similar fans. And I actually
Actually,
forget what
yeah,
the
I'm
first one,
sure
the third
people
one
want to hear
was.
about this stuff. Sorry, what?
Oh no, I was just saying I forgot what third the third hold on, I'm waiting for the screen to open because it's too small for me to read. But it was oh, my computer went to sleep. It's opening. Well, here, since I'm opening it, let me see if I can. Here it is. You're gonna love this. It was like when I saw this, I was like, wow, I can't believe that we have similar audience. Can you see it?
Oh my God, no way! He's above Jimmy Church. Dang.
I was just impressed that my listeners are his listeners.
That's
So
cool.
I'm like, wow, that puts yeah, that my listeners also loved Joe Rogan's Experience, Typical Skeptic podcast, and Fade to Black. I was like, man, now I feel the pressure
No,
because
but look, you have
those are
they're
high
amazing, but
powered shows.
yeah, but you have a really good show.
Yeah,
Look, you have some, in my opinion, high-powered guests on. They're very either trending or wanted or most listened to. You have really good guests come on, and they're a lot of times they're different topics in the paranormal or otherworldly world, but they're different topics or subjects, and people
yeah,
want that. They want different things, but in something interesting with their so paranormal
yeah.
or what was
I
the
try
recent one?
not to repeat guests because as
Right.
somewhat because I feel like if I had the same person on all the time, no one's gonna want to listen to the episodes.
Right. Yeah.
And so I am gonna throw out that I have my third episode of Riding Through the Unknown, which is ironic because in season one he was the third
Did you say
episode.
erotic or ironic?
Ironic.
Oh,
Not that type of show, Lala.
I was like, oh my God, what is this? Dear God. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think you're on the wrong show, Lala.
It's like this is a new subject matter. Okay. Wow.
No, but I just realized season one, episode three, season three, episode three is the same guest.
Is it? Who?
Tony Rodriguez.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
You should.
so it'll be fun to reconnect with him because he's the
Oh,
one who started me on a path
that's
and
fine.
see what he's up to and what he's got going on. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll have Alex back and Brad Olson will probably I'll have ask and see
Wow.
if he can come in again. And amongst all of this, I am trying to finish my book, so eventually that's going to come out too. So
Good. Good.
I just got to tweak some of the chapters because they're more paragraphs of evidence than
Mm-hmm.
chapter.
Right.
Although I sized it to book format so that I could get an idea of how much to do when my paranormal chapter is 50 pages long.
Oh, really?
I'm like, I may either split it into two or maybe like maybe I just need to cut that out and just make that a book itself.
You know what? No, well, I don't really know how you would write a book, so maybe ask around what they suggest.
Well,
Because
I
every
just know
book.
from books that I've read, I never read a 50 chapter.
You ever read Stephen King's? Oh my God, he'll go on for 20 pages about one blade of grass. Honest, I mean, I do like him, but I'm just
Yeah, I
saying.
know, but see, that's 20. I have 30 more pages.
Okay, well, sure, you'll
No,
get it.
but uh, yeah. So, what season are you going into? Do you even count your seasons, or do you just keep going?
We just keep going. I slap some paint on my face, and now I guess it'll be technically season 2 will be coming up. So we're still learning everything. I mean, he's really popular. He's got what 10, 13,000 followers now. He was just on Jesse Michaels' podcast. Bob was on, which is a big deal. So he got like 3,000 more followers. So he's a big deal right now. Which brings more guests to us. But you should have him on separately himself on your show
I
because
I didn't
he likes
realize
to
that
talk. No,
you were only in season 2. I thought you were doing this longer than I was.
I was on someone else's Grizzly. I was on his channel for almost a year. Um, but then I decided, well, Bob wanted to start his own, so I couldn't do both. So I decided to just do this. And yeah, it's been interesting. I enjoy it because,
Huh.
I'm a very silent, shy person, and it's so nice. I never thought people would want to listen to me at all. Never have I thought this, and so it's very.
That's
I
what
mean,
I
it's
said.
what?
No, that's exactly what I told the network when they first approached me was no one's going to listen to me. I don't
No,
know anything. And a year, less than a year later, they approached again, and I was like, okay. Or year or two, something like that.
right? And they're not going to waste their
But,
time on someone that they don't think's good. That's not how business works.
yeah.
So they see it. You'll see it eventually.
No, I see it. And I'm grateful for it, and I'm grateful for everyone that's coming along for the ride. And so
Mhm.
I am just, I get in reflective modes and just look back and everything. And then I start to look at what's coming and being like, okay, take a breath. Here we go.
Right. That's all you can do, really.
Yeah. And I am going to happily announce season 3 has new look in the background and thumbnails. I
Mhm.
worked with my cousin and we came up with a new look that we think everyone's going to really enjoy. And the intros and outros
Good. Cool.
are going to have just slight tweaks, but be the same. So we were talking about it, and he said, "Hey, if people love them, don't change them." And I was like, "You got a great point there."
Hmm.
So stay tuned to see if you can spot the differences, and look forward to airing those. And so hopefully we have a smooth premiere launching of all the shows and everything. And I just want to say, LaLa, to you and Bob, may your season start off and
No,
end as great or better than
no.
this year's. So that's
Thank you.
always my want going into the next year is it runs smoother and is smooth sailing.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And yeah, if you ever need a guest, let me know.
No, yeah, definitely. Thank
And
you.
with yep, and with that, I'm going to say good night to everyone, and I know we didn't do the intros, but I feel like should I send us out with the tribute video or send us out with the outros of the seasons?
What do you want? Whatever.
Yeah, let's do the tribute video one more time. Let's end
Okay.
with that. Third showing, 3 times a charm, they say.
That's my favorite number. Let's do it.
Isn't 3 the spiritual number too?
Yeah, but also if there's 3 knocks on your wall, it's probably a demon. So either one, it could be positive or negative. Anyway, thanks everybody.
Well, way to leave the audience in a positive frame there, LaLa. All right, here we go. Enjoy, everyone, and we're going to say good night.
Good night.
See y'all in season 3. Booyah.